Hello, my name is Ashley Baker. I am a graduate student studying costume design at the University of Oregon. Today I will be talking about how to make a head bubble from a TA 410 Advanced Wigs and Makeup class. The purpose of making a head bubble is to create something that is as close to your own head as possible that you can put on a wig head so that you can style the wig on that and put it on your own head and have it fit pretty well on the first try. For this, the materials that you will need are everything from the how to put your wig cap on tutorial, which includes the pins, the wig cap, hair ties if you needed it, your wig head, which we're going to be using a styrofoam wig head since that's what my students will be using, saran wrap or a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, clear tape, I'll be using just regular old office tape today, a small Sharpie or pen of some sort. It needs to be a color, not just black. Small paper scissors or a seam ripper. I'm going to be using a seam ripper today. Paper towels or a tissue or newspaper, basically something that you can tear into smaller pieces and kind of crunch up a little bit. And a rat tail comb. So one of these guys. I'm using the softer version of it today because I want to be a little bit more gentle with what I'm doing. So the first step is to get your hair set up in a way that it will be when it's underneath the wig. So I have the wig cap that I've done in the previous tutorial, and from here, what I'm going to do is slowly pull it back to reveal my hairline there. So you're going to want to see that to mark it once you have your head bubble on. Okay. And from there, you're going to either tear off a piece of saran wrap, which I've tried multiple times already and I just can't seem to do it on myself today. So there's another technique where you can actually use a 1 gallon Ziploc bag instead. However, if you just try to stick it on your head like this first, it's not going to fit, I guarantee it. So what you'll need to do then is take some craft scissors, not your fabric scissors, and cut into it, I would say about 3 inches on either side. It's good to not go too far at first and cut in as needed as you try to fit this to your head. So now I've cut slits onto either side. I can stick this onto my head and look like a very weird alien thing. Try to get the excess air out there. And pull this down. I want to get it over my ears, over my forehead. It needs to go past my hairline on all parts of my head, including the back of my head here, so I can still feel it's not quite going over the hairline in the back. So I'm going to keep tugging it down and hope that it doesn't tear. Okay. And then I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with how the back is working right now, so I'm going to stick a piece of tape to that right now to keep it from tearing any further. There we go. And you want to make sure that you don't leave too much bulk on the top of your head of this Ziploc bag. Because once again, just like with the wig cap, you want to make sure that everything is as flat as possible to your head. So the only downside of working with the Ziploc bag instead of the saran wrap is really that you're going to have a bit of awkward bulk here and there that you have to find a way to flatten. So from here, I feel comfortable taking a piece of tape that's longer, getting it to go across my forehead. I cannot see with that in front of me. Okay. The nice thing about using this as well. I'm gonna do another piece of tape here. There we go. Is that the Ziploc bag already fits fairly tight to my head, so I don't have to worry about trying to get, like you would with the saran wrap, a tight fit. So then from there you want to check and make sure that it's covering all parts of your hair. And you want to get this to go over your ears too, because you're going to be marking where your ears are. Does not want to go on this side that well. It's tight. There we go. Okay. That feels like it's going over everything. Awesome. Okay. So then you want to start taping across your forehead horizontally and keep going all the way up until you reach your ears here. So I'm going to start just taking big old pieces of tape and going across my forehead, starting to create the structure that I need for head bubble. There we go. And what's going to happen over time as you put more and more pieces of tape and layering it more throughout this process is it's going to get stronger and stronger. You want to make sure you're not putting too many layers or too much bulk, or else this isn't going to replicate the size of your head anymore. But you still want to get as much as you can on. Okay. I'm going to do one more horizontal here. I'm going to flatten that to the right side. Left for you guys, I think. Okay. And right now I'm feeling like this isn't quite going down all the way on the sides the way I want it to. So while this isn't in the directions, I'm going to take a piece here and go horizontally around and towards the back. There we go. And do that to the other side as well. So I just didn't quite get this all the way down along my hairline the way I wanted it to. And I'm pulling this rather tightly. Oop, we're gonna fix that there. Because I want this snug fit. At the end of this, I should only be able to maybe get one finger underneath on each side. Okay, I'm gonna continue just kind of adding a few extra pieces here and there as I see fit to get the fit that I want. And this is gonna look weird, but it's gonna be very much worth it once you have it in the end. There we go. Okay, so I feel like I have the front pretty well covered now. Just gonna do one more to really get this area to stay down the way I want it to. Okay. And from here, I'm gonna go vertical down the back. And really try to flatten this Ziploc bag on top. So I'm gonna start here, go down towards the back. And you wanna make sure that you don't accidentally tape your own hair. I'm gonna try pulling the Ziploc a bit. There we go. And I'm gonna go down one side here. And I don't feel like it's really still secure in the back, so I'm gonna redo it just a little bit, give it a bit more. This is really weird, trying to do it on myself. I'm used to doing this on other people. Okay, that's more secure in the back. Oop. A little too secure, apparently. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to continue from here. Making sure that I'm following a line and taping this down. You want to make sure that the tape isn't folding in on itself like this one just did. That's going in the garbage. Okay. It's really difficult to do with long pieces and curved areas that don't really like getting tape on them. Okay. Go. And I think I'm going to do an extra layer of this tape along the back just because I can't see it. And I'm not exactly sure what it's looking like. And I want to know that what I have done will work. So this will be a bit bulkier than what I need, but that is okay. I'm just going to continue working my way down. I think I want to put another horizontal strip in the back just to really nail in that shape. And I'm sorry I can't completely pull around to show you guys this as I'm doing it. I need to be able to see some of it in the mirror. At least some of what I'm doing. Because this is significantly more difficult doing it on myself. Okay. Still going around. This is probably, honestly, the hardest part of the process. You can use clear packing tape as well for this. Obviously this part would go a little bit faster because the tape is wider. However, permanent marker doesn't stick to it very well, so you have to cover up that layer with the permanent marker almost immediately after you do your markings, which will be coming up after this. So I'm gonna work on this side a little bit here. Really get this to sit down on my head. That's good. I'm definitely getting a headache from this because it's sitting so tightly to my head. Okay. I did not like the placement of that, so I'm going to continue trying to place that better. There we go. If you're doing this at home and you have the ability to get a secondary mirror and check as you go to make sure that you're getting this done in the back correctly. I'm feeling like this is going okay. There's some problem areas and I'm gonna have to figure it out more by touch as I continue to go around. However, for the most part, this feels fairly secure, and I will likely add a bit more tape to the structure of this as I put it on the wig head later on, just to cover up any little pockets of that Ziploc bag that we might still see. That folded in on itself again. Go. So that is feeling really good. There's a little area there that I think still isn't covered. I'm gonna take another piece. Just continue down a little bit here. I can tell it didn't quite cover the baby hairs in the back of my head. That is okay for me, at least for the purposes of this tutorial. What is more important to me is that I get the main hairline down. So, I'm gonna do one more piece there. That's looking fairly good. Seeing a weird kind of bulge around right here. So let me see if I can just kind of push that down a little bit. Another one up here. So now I'm just kind of cleaning this up a little bit, just to smooth it out across my head. But as you can see, I can barely fit one finger on either side of my head here, which is what you're going to want. Okay, and now from here, since it's all secure, let's see, there it goes around. It's not quite covering the bottom here. Oh well. I'm really mostly concerned about getting a good shape and getting the hairline in the front here. So then at this point, you're going to take your marker and you're going to mark A, the direction of the hair, and B, how much hair is there. So if there's more hair, you'll just be doing more lines. If there's less hair that's there, you'll just be doing kind of a few. But the idea is you want to show where this hairline is, the direction it's going, and how much hair is in each spot. So my hair got a little bit messed up here through this process, but I know that I have a slight widow's peak here. So I'm just going to kind of draw that in a little bit. Follow the line of my hair, which is a bit more difficult to see now that everything is covered up. And I know that I kind of have a bit more hair. It goes down here. Okay, and then I want to mark out where my ear is, which is a little bit difficult to see. So I'm going to do the best I can on my own. I'm pretty sure I got kind of a bad job there, but that feels fairly good. And then I'm going to continue along around the back. I just kind of have to do this by touch. There we go. And just go all the way down as best I can. Okay. And I got the other ear here. And I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of revisionist history on that later on. I think this hair actually goes down like this a little bit, if I recall correctly. Goes back a little bit this way, back up. And there you go. So now that I have marked my hairline, I can start to gently tug this off. Which is going to be very, very difficult. There we go. You want to start moving it up this way. You kind of want to wiggle it. You want to be slow and gentle. And as you can see, because of the tape that I used, the markings are not coming off, as I am also pulling this head bubble off. Ooh, yep, I did get my hair in the back. Okay, so now I have a bubble of my head. Now, I don't really like having some of this Ziploc stuff here, so I'm going to cut with these scissors it off, at least what I can. In retrospect, I probably actually had enough of the Ziploc bag that I could have cut it down even further so that it sat even snugger to my head. But I think for this head bubble today, this looks pretty good. Okay, so from here, I can start securing it to my wig head. That was really tight. I have red all across my forehead. So we're gonna do this with the styrofoam wig heads, which, not gonna lie, are going to be smaller than our actual heads here, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work for us. Okay, so from here, you're gonna wanna stick in a few pins just to get it secure. You want to go around the head. You want to make sure that as you're doing this, your forehead, which mine isn't, is in the center front there, where it's supposed to be. That's a little bit better. And that your sides here, where the temples are, are even to each other. So that looks fairly good. So then I can start sticking pins in that. As you can see, this won't be a perfect fit, but we're gonna work with what we got. Okay, I'm just gonna go down towards the back here and continue pinning. There we go. And from here, you're gonna wanna tape this entire hairline to the wig head. So I'm going to cut off a bit more of this excess along here so that I can get closer to the hairline when I'm taping, because I wanna get this as flat as possible, which is going to be hard on this. Normally, if you were doing this on a canvas wig head, you would find one in a size that's as close to your actor's actual head as possible and work from there. Usually you can go a little bit smaller, but going a little bit bigger is going to be much more difficult to create the same result. Okay. And because I'm running out of time on this video, I'm gonna do a part 2 of how to do this part. Thank you.